Sic Parvis Magna. So the Uncharted fan film was directed by Allan, Ungar, I had to look there, and this is a live action fan film of the Uncharted video game series. Now I'd like to first justify my opinion on this by saying that Uncharted is my favourite video game franchise of all time. I'm not really much of a gamer these days as I used to be, but back then Uncharted was my favourite game series, and it still is now. I still consider Uncharted 4 to be the best game I've ever played, and also the best game ever made. I think that the Uncharted franchise is so special and unlike anything else in games that it even trumps what Hollywood is able to do at times, and you can even see that in many films. You know, many filmmakers and many actors have spoke about Uncharted and how it actually inspired them and inspired their filmmaking, such as a good example of this would be Mission Impossible 5 Rogue Nation, which that opening plane sequence was actually inspired by the plane sequence in Uncharted 3. That's safe to say that Uncharted has a lot of impact, and it did on me in my life, and you can even see here with this necklace that you may have seen me wear in these videos. This is in honour of Nathan Drake and in honour of Uncharted. As you can see, it's very similar to the one that he wears in the games. I'm a huge fan of Uncharted, so when I heard about this movie coming out and I heard about how good it was, I was very intrigued to have a look for myself. First off, Nathan Fillion is the man. This guy nails Nathan Drake. He literally has all the embodiments, and it even comes true when you find out that Naughty Dog, the developers of the Uncharted franchise, actually modelled Nathan Drake after Nathan Fillion, and you can see that. He has the look down, the persona, you know, when he's in the outfit with the gun belt and everything, he just looks so much like Drake, and when he's there doing the quips, talking, he even sounds kind of similar to Nolan North, who voices Nathan Drake in the games, and he's so much got that persona down to a T. And you know, we've all wanted Nathan Fillion to play Nathan Drake in an Uncharted movie for many years, and even Nathan Fillion has wanted to do it for many years, hence why he took this job. It's so obvious that it should be him to play the role. And yeah, you could argue these days he's maybe a bit too old, but you know, who's to say that this takes place, you know, I don't know, 5-10 years after Uncharted 4: A Thief's End? You know, Drake maybe has aged a little bit, and obviously he did retire at the end of Uncharted 4, but who's to say, you know, we all know what Drake's like. He'd probably get back out again. He'd probably get back into the game. So this is probably him doing that, and you know, you can shift around things, and even though if he is a little bit older, I still think he was able to deliver a fantastic Nathan Drake performance that we all wanted to see. Also, Stephen Lang plays Victor Sullivan, or Sully, in this, and he was also pretty great. I really liked his performance. Again, he had the mannerisms down, you know, the cigar chomping, it was all there. And again, that banter between him and Drake, or, you know, between Stephen Lang and Nathan Fillion, it really represented the banter between Drake and Sully in the games. And it was just really awesome to see these two play off of each other and use the dialogue to really build each other's characters up, just like they do in the games. I feel like, you know, that relationship is one of the core things about Uncharted. So to see that brought over to the film was really cool and just really awesome. Again, just as a fan to see that, it really brought a smile to my face. The humour is one thing that this really got perfect. I think that the whole idea behind the humour in Uncharted is that it's all situational humour. It's not just quips and jokes. I mean, obviously you do get a few of those, but most of the time the humour in Uncharted, and the reason it works, is because it's reactional humour. You know, it's all about what's going on in the game world, what's going on around you, and how the characters react to that, and how they react to each other. They feel so human, and they feel so real, that in this world they see all these things happening and they go, yep, let's just, you know, we'll react to that. There's an explosion, you know, Drake will get hurt and he'll go, damn it, that hurt, you know? He'll react to those kind of things, and it's just really great to see Nathan Fillion do that. Like, there's a scene where he jumps out a window and lands on the floor. He says, yeah, definitely gonna feel that, you know? It's just things like that that really make Uncharted feel real and really funny. Like, the reason I love Uncharted so much is, you know, one of the main reasons that it's so funny. And I think that they really nailed down the humour for this fan film, and it was so impressive to see that. And again, it just really nailed down that Uncharted feel. Also the action, I mean, there's not too much action in this. This is only 15 minutes long, but it's still really cool to see the action when it's there. We get a brief scene with hand-to-hand combat, which was very reminiscent of the games, and then we also get a shootout scene. And it was really cool again to see how they take different elements and different game mechanics from the Uncharted franchise and bring it over to live action. You know, we got a lot of hand-to-hand combat moments which, you know, closely resembled the Uncharted games, especially, you know, if you look at like the combat system in Uncharted 3, kind of similar to that. And then we got the shootouts, which again, it was hard to, I mean, it's hard to kind of replicate, you know, shootout game mechanics into live action, but I think they did a pretty good job considering. Also, I really have to shout out the camera work. I mean, I assume it is Allan Ungar who actually did the camera work here, because there was a specific moment, which is when you enter the shootout scene, the camera goes behind Drake as if you are about, you know, it looks like a video game camera, as if you're about to start playing the game. Really unique. I've never seen anything do that before, especially in a video game adaptation. I've never seen that type of camera work be employed before, where, you know, the camera moves to a point like it is in the game. It was actually really unique, really clever, and it worked. And, you know, you see Drake, he goes into cover like he does in the game, you know, he's strapped to the wall and he pulls out the gun and he's aiming, you know. It worked really well, and I think it really just brought home, again, that Uncharted feel that you get playing the games. It was all there in the film, and it really just satisfied me as a huge fan of the games to see all these different elements come through into the live action. Was really sick. Also, again, purely as a fan, I love seeing all the little references. I remember one in particular that got me really excited was on Sully's phone. You saw a contact for Charlie Cutter, who is an Uncharted character. He was in Uncharted 3, who was one of my favourite Uncharted characters. I love Cutter. I thought it was awesome. So just to see, again, those little references was really cool. And also, like, Elena shows up at the end, and it was really nice to see Elena. She was also really good. I don't know the actress's name, but she was really good who played Elena. So just, again, having all these little references to just please the fans is always good. Overall, I was so impressed with this. For a fan film, this is outstanding, I think. You know, this is amazing quality. The fact that they were able to take these amazing castings, you know, you've got Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake, Stephen Lang as Sully, and I'm sorry, I don't know the actress's name, but whoever played Elena, she was also fantastic. Also, getting Gino Segers, who was from Banshee, which is one of my favourite TV shows, to play a villain in this was also really great. I didn't even know who was in this, so just to see him show up was like, oh my god. But he was really cool in this too. So getting all those castings, getting all the elements, you know, from the games that are so authentic, bringing them into live action was done so spectacularly. And I give my full hats off just to the guys behind and all the production crew for this, because this was a truly spectacular adaptation. And this is really how video game adaptation should be done. You know, this year we probably got the best video game adaptation we've ever had with the most recent Tomb Raider reboot, which was, you know, a decent attempt, but it still wasn't anything outstanding. This really felt outstanding to me. Like, if you give this movie a bigger budget, if you give it more, you know, room to play with, I feel like we'd have something really special on our hands here, and I really hope Sony look at this and think, right, we can do something with this. Because obviously they've got an Uncharted movie in the works with Tom Holland in the lead role, playing young Nathan Drake. What about if we scrap that idea and we just give all the money to this guy, let him do it, bring back Nathan Fillion, and, you know, bring back Stephen Lang, bring up the entire cast, and make a full-length Uncharted movie with these guys behind the camera, because they clearly know what they're doing. And overall, I think that this was just a fantastic version, and this was like the best Uncharted film I could have ever hoped for. And the fact that, you know, even if this doesn't go anywhere, the fact that I've seen this, it makes me feel complete inside, and I was very happy about that. So make sure you check out the Uncharted fan film when you can. It's on YouTube. So did you guys see the Uncharted fan film? If you did, what did you think about it? Are you a fan of the games? And if so, do you think it was a faithful adaptation of the Uncharted franchise? Make sure you let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, if you want to see more movie reviews from me, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video. And I hope to see you guys again next time.